Many of you know that when Karl Marx was young, uh, his family was Jewish in Prussia. And because of that, his dad couldn't progress through society. There was bias and prejudice against the Jews at that time. And so he converted his family to Christianity. And in fact, there are writings from Marx that if you didn't know it was Karl Marx, you'd think it was a pastor or something that was supporting Christianity. Of course, Karl Marx went off to college and became very influenced by Hegel, the writings of Hegel, though he didn't agree with everything that Hegel purported in his dialectics. He did receive a lot of his thought processes from Hegel and others. But one of the things, and I would teach students this, that Marx, one of the places Marx came to was that he realized that the average person, the worker in Europe, was being mistreated, that it wasn't fair. And objectively, that's true. Workers were not treated very well in Europe and most places around the world. And it struck him. The unfairness struck him. And so his original intent or motivation was to help. But of course, and time doesn't allow in these short videos to talk about the trajectory of what happened with Marx in taking the Hegelian dialectic and then trying to make it a practical thing, is he created class warfare, that there are oppressors and oppressed, and encouraged the oppressed, whoever they may be, to rise up. Of course, Lenin took it to another level. Stalin took it to another level. Mao took it to another level. And now we see ourselves today in that same class warfare, the haves and the have-nots, the oppressors and the oppressed. And to many people, it's so Orwellian that it's obvious all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And I realize the postmodernists, the leftists poo-poo Orwell now, which is kind of silly. They try to avoid the reality of his statement. But here's the point. We do exist in a class warfare now. And we are taking the motivation of Marx, the original motivation that he had, and elevating it to a place of some hatred is okay, some violence is okay, some abuse is okay. And from a biblical Christianity perspective, that's nonsense. That's just nonsense. And yet what we have is an increasing affection for it. And people are getting hurt all over the place. People are getting hurt and disparaged. And I'm sure there'll be comments from this video. The bomb throwers will make all sorts of dumb comments about Christianity and so forth, which I welcome if you want to have an engaging dialogue. If not, don't bother. But we are in a class warfare, and it's sad. It's sad because I think there's an opportunity for us to take a step back and say, wait a minute, it's okay to say that some people are being mistreated. Let's address that, but let's not then create two classes in which we hate each other. I think we can do better than that. Anyway, I do welcome your comments.